What's going on, everybody? Still at the Dallas Regional. And who do I have here?
Mr. Humberto Nunez.
And what'd you do today?
I got 37th place on Swordsoul. Not going first, but blindly going second.
Hey, that's what's up. You have any shout outs?
Shouts to my boy Clay, and of course, shout outs to you.
Hey, that's what's up.
And of course, everyone around here having some good time.
Hey, that's
we
what's
all
up.
enjoy our duels, even though we still have our bad side. We always keep ourselves positive at all times.
Heck yeah. All right, further ado, you can get in the profile.
All right, so we'll start with the main. So I main 42. So honorary of Swordsoul, triple Ecclesia. She's literally the best. Like I said, honorary of Swordsoul. Quick effect, tribute for cost, summon a Swordsoul monster or fallen Alvaz, but you know, we always summon Swordsoul for days. Next, now the main of Swordsoul, main triple Moye, best summon, aka best normal summon. Whenever this card is sent from field to the graveyard, draw one, and of course do the effect, reveal a worm or Swordsoul, summon a token, either one of these bad puppies, we'll go at it. Next, triple Long Yuang. I always have this on my hand every single game. If I don't have that, probably either if I can search it or lose. So Long Yuang, whenever discard a Swordsoul, worm, summon a token tuner, summon bear on your first turn. You got your first Omni negate board before on Nibiru. Double Taya, best summon. Banish a worm or a Swordsoul, get a token, synchro for 8, you go at it. Triple Emergence, aka E Emergency. One Summit, best Monster Reborn. One Blackout, aka Regeki Break. So that's all the Swordsouls. On the Tangy package, 3 Ashina, 2 Vashuda, 2 Ehara, and of course 1, my favorite, Tenyu Red Boy. Now, I seen Swordsoul players, they play the Tenyu Blue Boy, which of course that's completely fine, but you know, sometimes if any other players, if they target a non-effect monster, if you have this in your hand, you just like banish it, just negate their effects and destroys it. And that's the very rare thing to protect your non-effect monsters.
Yeah, and you can get like the extra shuffle with like boxing from time to time as well.
Exactly. Double Heavenly Dragon Circle. Easily to summon, search your worms. And also the graveyard effect. If you control a non-effect monster, search any tiny monster. Next, draw power. Double Desires. It doesn't really matter if you banish top 10. It's always Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed all the time. 1 Cowboy, because you know, we wish if this card would be at 3, because if it was at 3, it would be extreme overpowered, but you know, just say goodbye to hand traps. Speaking of hand traps, also Respawn, double of Thrust, 1 Talents. These are literally blind going second cards, so either if I get ashed or effect veiler or any other specific Omni negate, just either I had these, you're not winning at all. And of course I main Harpy's Feather Duster. So Labyrinth, if y'all watching this, where's y'all Solemn Judgments at in your main? So that's all the whole spell lineup. Hand traps, just six hand traps, 3 ash, 3 infinite impermanence, and of course blowout going second. Evenly matched.
How do you like the evenly match?
Every time I opened it, they're not winning. I had to bait out everything what they have. Then when it's the perfect time, you go for it. So that's the whole 42. Extra deck. 1 Yazi. Obviously the only level 7 synchro. double Boxia. Really good, especially if you're summon on Taya. And of course, targets 2 different cards. If it's different attributes that was synchro summon of Boxia, they're not hard once per turn, and especially on Monster Reborn summons as well. Next, one Draco Berserker. Summoned this a few times, won a few, but sometimes it did carry me for the win. Double Shishao, best level 8 synchro for Sword Souls. Banish when your opponent activates on monster effects. Banish the Sword Soul or Worm to negate that effects. Easier said than done. One Crimson Blader. If any time I have to face against Cash, if I summon this, if I run over them, any other monsters, say goodbye to your level 5 or higher monsters, alright? Say goodbye to your level 7s. One Shot Fang, never actually summoned it, but you know, sometimes when you need it to face off any other different attribute decks, but you know, it's never actually summoned it, but you know, it's always here with me. So level 10s, one Baron, one Queen Long, one Sinister Saurian. So those are your best level 10 synchros. And then one Psychic and Punisher. Never actually summoned it at all. Never had it. Even if I have my life points are at low, unless if it's necessary to summon it, I would go for Psychic and Punisher, but I never actually summoned it. So that's the unfortunate. So that's all the synchros, links, double monk, one shaman. Usually I've seen Sword Soul players, they play 3 monks, which that's okay, but I think 2 is correct. Unless if you want to play the 3rd monk, you could just like replace the psychic and just like put the 3rd monk, just whenever it feels comfortable. So that's all the extra deck. Now to the side. 3 Joels. Never actually have them, or never actually sided them, actually. Triple Ghost Bell. Did seen it a few, but I did side it in, never opened it. So that's all hand traps for the side. Spells, 3 Cosmics. Especially blind going second against control decks like Labyrinth or any other trap decks or trap tricks. Yeah, just say goodbye to your back row, alright. Next, if we're really going blind second, triple Dark Ruler No More. There's like cube board, but they're not strong enough against this card.
Yeah.
Even though they get no effect, even though they take no damage at this point, at least you can still go and break boards. Next, triple anti-spell. Did have them a few, but I did sign in a few, especially if I'm going first on games 2 or 3. Did had it once against Cash, but they banished it, and I was like, you got it, but never actually had it all the time. But you know, it is what it is on the side. And yeah, that's the whole Swordsoul deck profile.
Well, congrats on the invite, boss, and thanks for the profile.
Anytime.
Yes, sir.